Olivia and Jake have that booty call. Did Harrison really die? Yes, we're still asking. Cyrus may have a new boyfriend. And Abby and David, they're getting prepared for U.S. District Attorney nominations. So, who wins? Who loses? We'll find out next on my Scandal Review. Good morning, love bugs. It is your girl Tanisha coming to you again with a review of the second week Scandal episode. A little late, however, better late than never. Anyway, so with Scandal, you know, I'm not sure what's going on with Scandal. It's like I'm waiting for this intensity, I guess because last season started off or ended with such intensity that I'm just waiting for that high to continue. But anyway, to me it's kind of going kind of slow. So this time around we got Jake and Olivia, you know, they're running around DC getting their jog in, and Jake is basically like, look, I got this hotel over on this side of town, so when it's time for us to get it in, you know, bust it open, have a booty call, then we can just go over here, do our thing, and leave. That's basically how he came to her. And she's like, booty call? I am not a booty call. But anyway, pan out of there. Now Olivia is talking with Cyrus, and Cyrus is like, look, I need a favor. I need for you to take on these two individuals who are a husband and a wife, and they're supposed to be for gun control, and I need you to go talk to them and get them ready and prepared to speak at the president's State of the Union address concerning gun control. She's like, well, I don't do that anymore. I don't work for Washington. He's like, Cyrus is like, yes you do, because I can call the IRS and have them investigate the large sum of money that was deposited into your account. Yes, Miss Cyrus, for just being a bish. Anyway, yes, for just knowing how to work the system. This is chess, not checkers, honey. But anyway, so she's like, okay, well, all right. So Olivia and them get to the house of the couple, the Elliots, and they're arguing. She's in a wheelchair. She had been shot or something like that, and she feels like the husband doesn't really love her anymore because she's no longer mobile, well, no longer walking. So leave from there, and Jake is still asking David Rosen about Harrison's death. Like, I need to know what role is this going to play about Harrison's death. See, this is the thing. If Harrison was really dead, I think they would just let sleeping dogs lie. But they keep mentioning it, so there's a likelihood that he may not be dead and he may come back at some point in time in the season. I'm kind of crossing my fingers because he was the only brother on the show. I want the brother, well, except for Papa Pope, but I want him to come back too. He was the only young, good-looking brother on the show. You know, no shade to Papa Pope. You know, he's good-looking for an older woman, but not for me. Anyway, Huck and Quinn have a little chatting session about their relationship before, and you know, them working together. And Huck is like, look, Quinn, we can't work together. And Huck is like, basically, I have feelings for you. Quinn was like, I never really meant to hurt you by introducing you to your old family, which is what she did last season. You know, so I don't know how their whole little thing is going to unfold because they're weird. Weird people just, I don't know. Speaking of weird people, Miss Melly and that dang robe and them Uggs boots. And this time, honey, she done got a plate of fried chicken out on the balcony, just tearing it up. I'm talking about, and the chicken actually looked pretty good, you know. So, you know, someone is taking pictures of her while she was laying out on the grave of her son when her and Fitz went to visit their son's grave. And Fitz is warning her about people thinking she's crazy and that she's lost it and she needs to get it together. And she's basically like, look, with her chicken, I don't care. Like, okay, Melly, I'm all for you being depressed and all this other stuff, but you are the first lady, so you got to keep it together. You got to keep it together for the rest of us out here in these streets. So come on, Melly, come on, Melly. But anyway, you know, so Cyrus goes and talks to Melly. And, you know, Cyrus tries to equate the loss of his boyfriend to her loss of a child. And she's like, it's not the same. And he's like, well, while it's not a child, it is a loss of a loved one. And she's basically like, it's not the same. So don't come here trying to persuade me to go to this State of the Union address that my husband is going to have. Melly's just not having it this season. She's just like, you know what? I've been through too much. My husband had cheated on me. I see the dang person he cheated on me with. My child died. My husband almost committed suicide. My husband has been assassinated. I would not sign up for that role of a first lady. Because you are putting up with a whole bunch. You would have to be stayed up and prayed up in that area, girl. I'm just like, woo. So anyway, David and Abby, that's her name, Abby, with the long red hair. They're practicing for David's confirmation to United States Attorney General. So she's asking him questions that'll probably be fired at him during the confirmation, because I guess he has to sit in front of a panel of people who are going to question him. So she's finding all these questions that could possibly asked of him, and he's giving good responses, quick on his toes, real witty or whatever. So leave out of that scene. So Huck and Quinn are now babysitting that same couple I talked about before, the Elliots, the young lady who had gotten shot and her husband. And the wife thinks back to how when they were in love. She reminisces on how they were in love before she, you know, became wheelchair bound. And that was kind of sad because, you know, if you're in a relationship, you want the person who was with you to stay with you and not to leave you when things get rough. You know, that's just it. So, back to Olivia and Jake, them talking about booty calls. Like, this was so funny. Like, really, y'all really talking about booty calls on primetime TV. So they're still talking about booty calls or whatever. Leave out of that scene. Someone gets hold a picture of a woman that David, the guy who is to be confirmed for U.S. Attorney General, that he allegedly beat her. Now, I'm not sure if he really beat her or if that was just a setup. But lo and behold, you know, it kind of messes with his chances of being nominated to U.S. Attorney General. So that's an issue. Leave out of that scene and we in the bar. Cyrus is in the bar, just, you know, hanging out in D.C. Some gay guy is sitting at the bar and hitting on him. And Cyrus is like, you know, I just got a relationship. I'm not really feeling it. But somehow or another they leave and they end up back at the hotel anyway. So him and Cyrus are getting ready to bust it open. I'm just saying that's what they were doing. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm a sex worker. Meaning I'm a prostitute. So Cyrus is like, oh, while he's putting up his pants, oh, didn't know that. So he's like, no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So the other guy is like, pulls off all his clothes and is like, so you really don't want to do this? All seductively. And he didn't do it because, lo and behold, the sex worker was someone who was hired by that new character played by Portia. Her name is, I think, Nikki or something like that. Blonde-haired lady with the going back, looking like kind of like a blonde Sonic the Hedgehog. She hired that gay sex worker to kind of set up Cyrus. Why? I don't know. But, you know, I guess now that I'm saying these things, I guess it is kind of exciting to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So Huck and Quinn are still there babysitting the Elliots. And Huck and the guy, the husband, have had a couple of drinks. So the husband is two sheets to the wind. He toe up. Quinn walks in there. Him and Huck is just in there having a singing contest. So Quinn's like, you know, they once again were talking about how Quinn tried to help Huck see his old family. And he was like, you should have minded your business. That's why I tried to pull out your teeth, because you should have tried to mind your business. So while they're arguing in one room, the wife and the husband are arguing in another room. And the husband screams out. Lo and behold, the wife then stabbed him in the leg with like one of those things that you open up not a cork, like you open up the cork out of a wine bottle. She done stabbed him in the leg with that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this couple is just off the chain. So leave out of that scene. And so David has evidently found some dirt on Senator Watson, who has a lot to do with the nomination of him to U.S. Attorney General. So he goes and finds Senator Watson. And since y'all want to play chess, let's play chess. Because I have some dirt too, Mr. Senator Watson. So here, look at this. This is what's on you. Boom. Pick up your face. Pick up your face. There's your face. Pick it up. So the next day, Senator Watson gets back on TV and is like, well, you know, I think we really should confirm David Rosen for United States Senator. Oh, yeah, you done got your ish together because he done came with some dirt. Just like y'all been playing dirty, David done learn how to play dirty too. Y'all think this little nerd don't know how to play dirty, but he know how to play dirty too, honey. Don't get it twisted. Anyway, so, let's see. Cyrus and Abby are in the office. Another scene. The Elliots won't come. They're not coming to the president's conference about gun control or State of the Union address about gun control. But they really need these people here in order to support the efforts. So Olivia, they pan back to at the actual couple's house. And Olivia goes and talks to the couple and is like, look, y'all need to get a divorce. Y'all need to get a divorce because y'all are toxic for one another. Unless, of course, y'all are staying together just simply for the fortune and the fame. And if so, she says, I wish y'all a very miserable life. Okay, Olivia, tell us how you really feel, boo. Leave out of there. So Abby comes to talk to Melly about Melly coming to the State of the Union address and how she's a necessity and how she has to be strong and how she has to stick around and stick it in there and be tough and be the first lady and be an example. And Melly's like, look, if you come over here to persuade me, don't even do it because I'm not going. So once again, Abby's like, look, this is your job. This is what you signed up for, to be first lady. So you need to be first lady. And, you know, Melly's like, okay, whatever. So the Elliots meet with Fitz in his office, you know. And Fitz is like trying to, prompt them to be supportive and come to the State of the Union address. So he clears the room and just has Olivia there. And he doesn't really talk, you know, reckless to her about, you know, how they used to be or what they used to do or anything like that. So that was kind of cool. So it pans on over to the State of the Union address. And this is when the president's actually giving the State of the Union address, including gun control. And how he has spun it is he talks about the loss of his son. He recognizes the death of his son and how much it has hurt his wife. And he spins it to say, this is the hurt that we don't want other parents to go through because a gun has been introduced into the situation. And I mean, for politics, that was a good move. I mean, because really, I was a political science major in college. The name of the game is to play to win. And sometimes you can use personal experience. Sometimes you can use someone else's experience. Sometimes they fabricate, lie to, you know, win. That's the goal, winning. So he spins it, you know, and he talks about how many children will we have to let die, you know, and it's just a really heart-wrenching, moving speech to where I think people will definitely support it and President Grant. So, you know, after that scene is over with, Melly goes into their home and she basically she wasn't going to show up, but she did show up. She looking real good. You know, he had recognized her at the State of the Union address, red dress, really good, back in first lady fashion. So after it was over with, Melly goes back to the house and she just collapses under the pressure. I mean, she just falls out on the floor and just starts crying. I mean, she's taking it hard. Melly is playing this role. Like, whoever the real lady is, I don't know her real name, but she's playing this role because I don't know what I would do if something like that happened. No one wants to lose their child. That's like, woo! Let's not even talk about that. So anyway, Cyrus is getting it on with the gay guy. I told you about that part already. The gay guy that was supposed to be a setup. So at the end, Miss Olivia goes over to Jake's apartment. She's like, you're not gonna go do a booty call with me at the hotel. So she brings over a bottle of wine and he's like, look, you're not gonna summon me. Like, you're not gonna just tell me when you want the swine. So she's like, okay. And takes off her raincoat with nothing on up under other than some brown suede high heel boots. And she was like, come to me. I bet you he came to that summon and Jake was getting it in with Miss Olivia on the desk. I said, all right then, for just having a good time for no apparent reason. Anyway, so this has been my rendition of the review of week 2 of Scandal season 4. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, how I can do better, how I can do worse, it doesn't matter, honey. But anyway, I love you all, giving you hugs from afar. Until next time, bye.